As we speak, the USB government are making strides and also formulating leads and drawing out blueprints on how to sue the Finnish government.
Why?
Why is the government of the USB planning to sue another country's government? In this video, I'll be giving you a full detailed analysis on every single thing that is played out behind the scenes. In this said video, we received a notification from the government of Finland regarding Simon's case. As it stands, the judiciary of Finland has faced a major roadblock and has faced one of its biggest challenges in Simon's case. In this video, I'll be giving you a full and detailed breakdown of every single thing that is played out behind the scenes. Well, moving on swiftly. In this video, we have a notification coming from the EFCC, the Nigerian's EFCC assistant. If you have a Bitcoin wallet and you live in Nigeria, get ready. You might be facing a big issue from the EFCC because a lot of things are split down behind the scenes, and I'll be giving you a full and detailed analysis of every single thing that you need to know and understand. Well, moving on swiftly, the Nigerian's custom has intercepted a container and a truckload with donkeys' genitals. Yes, just in case you don't understand, the Nigerian's custom intercepted a truck loaded with the ammo of donkeys. This is a very funny one, and I bet you wouldn't want to miss out on the info that will be shared regarding this particular consignment loaded with donkeys' ammo. Well, moving on swiftly in this video, we have a notification coming from Ned Woku about the Enoma state, a new state that Ned Woku has been pushing forth before the Nigerian Senate. We have an update regarding that particular state. Well, moving on swiftly. Also received a notification that a current governor of a state in Nigeria's Twitter handle has been hacked. A governor in Nigeria's Twitter handle has been hacked last night, and a lot of things is played down on his account. In this video, I'll be disclosing the name of this governor, his account name, and every other single thing posted in that particular page.
Yes.
And as we speak, the Labour Party came out recently to give a statement and to issue a statement regarding Peter B., one of its political members.
Yes.
The Labour Party came up to say very surprising things that are highly laughable regarding Peter Obi, a man who placed Labour Party in the limelight of Nigerians' political system. We also have a news coming from the USB. Couple of days back in an occasion hosted in an Amra state, we noticed that the USB currency Ajema was spread heavily in a party. Yes, in this video I shall be disclosing every single news regarding that particular party and how and why the currency was spread heavy. Well, we also have an interesting news coming from an EO lady who performed excellently in Tanzania. Yes, just recently a beauty show was hosted in Tanzania, and an Igbo lady performed excellently that drew the attention of the whole wide world to her. And now things have changed, and our story has changed drastically. In this video, I'll be giving you a detailed reportage and give you a glimpse of every single thing that's happened in Tanzania and why, and how the Igbo name in this culture and tradition is currently being chanted heavy in that part of the continent. Well, we also have a news and interesting one coming from the desk of Innocent. Yes, just in case you don't know, Innocent is a vehicle manufacturing domic side in NEI and Amber states. And as we speak, Innocent and its manufacturing company has done something that will definitely break a lot of records on the African continent. So the question here is, what has Innocent put off and why will it break records? Well, in this video, I'll be giving you a detailed analysis of every single thing that you need to know, see, and understand. And well, with all of that being said, let's kickstart this video with our very first update. Yes, a party was conducted in Anra State recently, and surprisingly the currency that was spread in that party was the currency of AJMA, which is the official currency of the Biafran people. So the question here is, how did it all play out, and why is the currency already in circulation? Well, on the 28th of June of 2025, the Deputy Prime Minister of the USB movement in the pressing of Rabwaz Unleashed showcased and displayed their GMA currency for the very first time in its history. Showing right now on your screen is a tweet coming from this lady. And when you look closely, you see her holding and showcasing this currency. Showing right now on your screen are all of the denominations of this particular currency. So you have different denominations from 1 AMA to 10 to 20 to 100 and so on and so forth. It also has coins in its circle. But interestingly, something happened in an Amra state that the USB government had to retweet and post on the bridge. Showing right now on your screen is the fact that an occasion was held in an Amra state, Nigeria, And in that party, the individuals who were spraying cash did not spray error, so as to avoid issues coming from the FCC. These guys were seen heavily spraying the AJMA currency, and this is a massive one. This shows that this currency is already in use in different occasions and festivals in the southeast region of the country.
Wow.
Nobody saw this coming because we felt like this probably is just a form of propaganda. When the currency first came on air, we felt like this is just something that will be used in the future. Nobody expected this currency to be in circulation and being used as soon as the 12th of July of 2025. Yes, this is a massive one, and this is a game changer. Well, moving on swiftly. If you have a crypto wallet in Nigeria, if you deal on Bitcoin, if you deal on any form of cryptocurrencies, there is something you need to know and understand. The government of Nigeria, the FCC in particular, are already looking into individuals' cryptocurrencies. Yes, they noticed that a lot of politicians have used a crypto to launder money and to steal public funds, and this definitely will affect every legitimate user, people who uses a Bitcoin for legal works and professions. Yes, this definitely will hit everybody. Well, for better clarity and for a clearer context, take a look at this article coming from The Punch. It states, corrupt politicians using crypto wallets to launder money. The FCC chairman says, yes, for clarity, the article went a step further to give us more info. It states, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Oye, has raised the alarm that some corrupt Nigerian politicians are now hiding their illicit wealth in cryptocurrencies to evade scrutiny and detection or by anti-graft agencies. The FCC boss said the agency had uncovered a growing trend where fraudulent public officials now use cryptocurrencies' wallet to stash stolen public funds and conduct illicit transactions. Olakaya made the revelation on Thursday at an event commemorating Africa Anti-Corruption Day. The event was held simultaneously and monitored by The Punch in Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan, and O State. So, as you can see, this is a statement coming from the FCC boss, and trust me, a lot of clampdowns will be done on cryptocurrency wallet, and if you know how the FCC work, you know that these guys don't go after corrupt politicians, they use individuals, Yahoo boys, and others to set examples for themselves. So for this guy, for the FCC chairman to see that politicians are currently using crypto wallets to hide their stolen funds, it simply means that a lot of attentions will be paid on people's crypto wallet, and the ones that will use as scapegoats will be common Nigerians and Yahoo boys. This is just a quick information coming from the FCC regarding that particular claim. Well, moving on swiftly. While making this video, we stumbled on an interesting info that every single person need to see and understand. Customs intercepted a container loaded with the armor of donkeys. Hope you get what I'm trying to say. Well, just in case you don't understand or you don't speak Igbo or understandable, showing right now on your screen is an article coming from the Vanguard that will give us more clarity. It states customs intercept container load of donkey genitals. Like this only can happen in Nigeria, where you see containers shipping crazy items. Well, for clarity, let's take a look at the context of this news. It states, the CG, who is represented by the National Public Relations Officer of the service, Mr. Abdullah Maida, disclosed that the consignment was intercepted along the Kaduna-Abuja Expressway. His words. On Friday, June 5th of 2025, approximately around 9 p.m. of that day, operatives of the Nigerian Customs Service, acting on credible intelligence, intercepted a 1 by 40-foot container loaded with donkey genitals along the Kaduna Expressway. The interception was carried out under coordinated surveillance by officers of the SWO and CIU, further confirming the persistence of illegal wildlife trafficking networks in exploiting Nigerians' corridors after proper documentation and compliance with procedure. The 6 items were officially handed over to the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, known as the NESRA, in line with our commitment to interagency collaboration and statutory mandates. So, as you can see, amam of donkeys were spotted along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, and these guys failed to give us details about this arrest, because if you make an arrest, if you find crazy items in people's consignment, you ask the right questions before reporting it to the news. But as we speak, the arrest was done on the 5th of June of 2025, and today's the 12th of July of this said year, and we are yet to get full clarity regarding the consignment, the individuals involved, who shipped it, who was supposed to receive it, and what was the intention of this consignment. The customs are yet to do a proper investigation and to give us a full details, which you are definitely waiting. Anyways, moving on swiftly. You find our videos interesting, please do well to subscribe and turn on post notifications because here you'll get full and breaking news regarding all issues with the USB, the Biafran people, Simon Kanu, Finland, Nigeria, and the rest of the world. This is a channel where you get every single news compiled in one. So do well to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Thanks. Moving on swiftly, let's take a look at our next update. The Twitter page of a sitting governor in Nigeria has been hacked by some unknown individuals. And as we speak, the governor's page on Twitter has now been used as a form of selling all forms of cryptocurrencies. Well, the question here is, who is this governor, and what are the contents being posted on his Twitter page? Well, for clarity, the governor's name is Ahmadu Omar Finti, and this is the current and the sitting governor of Adamawa State, a state in the northern part of Nigeria. What's showing right now on your screen is his official Twitter page as it stands. We've received reportage that a lot of the followers of the governor of Adamawa State have been scammed because of the post coming from the hackers who hijacked his Twitter page. This is a sad one coming from a sitting governor because this governor once upon a time promised the people of Adamawa State that he's going to secure them from banditry and terrorism. Showing right now on your screen is an article coming from Daily Post where urges heightened community vigilance as insecurity wars in northern Adamawa. This guy has promised to tackle insecurity, but as we speak he cannot deal with the security of his social media page. So, why would people trust him that he's going to be able to deal with security of a state when you cannot efficiently secure your own social media pages? Well, moving on swiftly, while making this video, we received a notification coming from the Labour Party. The Labour Party had a conference yesterday where a lot of things were said, and they've used one man as a scapegoat. Yes, the Labour Party have used one man, Peter Obi, as a reason why the party will crumble. The reasons why the party has been crumbling, and the reasons why the party will never grow or develop. Well, showing right now your screen an article coming from a news agency in Nigeria. It states, picking Peter Obi in the 2023 elections was a costly mistake. Labour Party faction laments. The article also gave us a full and detailed analysis. The state more than 2 years after the presidential elections, a Labour Party LP faction has described its decision to field Pet as its candidate as a costly mistake that has left damaging political consequences. Speaking on Friday, Nabian State Arabambi, factional national publicity secretary of the party, said the LP made a fundamental error by choosing Obi over Faduri Oluwadar Joseph, a professional nurse whom he described as a disciplined and visionary leader. According to Arabambi, the party's decision to prioritize Obi's popularity over Oluwadar's credibility and national outlook betrayed Nigeria's genuine quest for transformation. This is a surprising one coming from Labour Party because, to be truthful and to be honest, Peter Obi is the politician who placed Labour Party in the national level. To be honest, many Nigerians, more than 90% of Nigerians, never knew that Labour Party as a party existed in the country. It was when Peter Obi moved from PDP to the Labour Party that is when this political party gained massive audience in the country. So for these guys to come out and discredit Peter Obi in this way and manner in this nature, it simply means that these individuals involved are betrayers. They know the truth. They know that Peter Obi has lifted this political party to a national-international stage. Yes, they know that Peter Obi made a lot of politicians in the country gain massive votes in the past elections conducted all across the country. So for these guys to come out and say that Peter Obi has brought a lot of destruction to this political party, it's unfair on the side of Peter. It's unfair from the works Peter has put in. It's unfair on the individuals, the supporters, the obedience who stood solidly behind this political party, supported them in all ramifications in all state of the country. It's highly unfair. Well, this is something you get from Nigeria. This is something that is very common in the Nigerian political saints. Nobody's grateful. They only concerned about their own stomach infrastructure. We're moving on swiftly. A Nigerian of EU descent has performed excellently in Tanzania that have raised the eyebrows of the whole world and the fashion space. So the question here is, who is this individual? Who is this Nigerian, and what did she do to gain massive attention and raise momentum on her side? Well, take a look at this article. It states Nigerian's Nora Okoye shines at Kigali International Runway. The article gave us more clarity where it states, a Nigerian influencer and top model, Nora Meso has put up an excellent performance in Kigali, Rwanda, had just concluded 100 Most Notable African Leadership and Business Summit 2025. Mess, an executive PR assistant with a MIT Global Network, came top in an international runway, which had participants from across African countries. The now Brown graduate of English and Literacy Studies from Enugu State University of Science and Technology flew Nigerian's flag high at the highly entertaining runway, attracting accolades, stepping her foot on the stage. She attracted thunderous applause from the excited France. Her confidence, level composure, and courage was at her very best. She made 4 appearances on the runway, adorning different colorful regalia to the excitement of guests. At the event she modded for AR and Air clothing brand Summer has demonstrated prospect for global pageant event, brand event, and runway shows. We are showing right now on your screen some of the pictures captured during that event, and this is me Summer in person. As you can see, this girl looks highly confident of herself. There's no atom of fear in her eyes. She carried herself perfectly. She displayed the culture of the Nigerian clothing system. She displayed her brand. She displayed herself as an EU lady that showcases full level of confidence, high level of self-awareness, and zero level of inferiority complex. As we speak, this particular event, this fashion event has gone wide, has gone viral on the world's fashion space. A lot of individuals, clothing brands have contacted me for a future deal in a fashion display. Well, kudos to this lady and kudos. The question here is, what has Innocent pulled off, and how will it change the Nigerian's automo system forever? Well, we have answers for you. Show right now on your screen. It's an article coming from the official, scene page. It states, fires don't wait, and neither should you. Equip your city with the IVM fire truck. Built for speed, power, and reliability. Order now and stay ahead of emergencies with their websites clearly written in this post. If you really want to order, well, just in case you don't know, the IVM, Nursing Vehicle Manufacturing, has built a fire truck. Yes, they have built a fire truck. One of the best in the continent. I'm showing right now on your screen is a photo of this fire truck, which is ranked highly in the continent and also in Nigeria, and Bizarrov official reports state that this fire truck was created with 70% Nigerian parts and tools and 30% were imported from Japan, China, and Germany. Well, for better clarity, take a look at this article. It states key features and highlights made in Nigeria. The IVM fire trucks are locally built in Aini with around 70% Nigerian parts and the rest imported from Japan, China, and Germany. Innocent fire truck have diverse models, and showing right now on your screen are different models of this fire truck with different capacity.
Yes.
And interestingly, the federal government of Nigeria have already placed series of orders.
Yes.
They want to use Innocent fire trucks in their fire services in and around the nation. This is a massive one coming from the IVM Motors, and this is a great feat that has been achieved and accomplished because building a car is one thing, and building a fire truck. Fire trucks have very, very detailed mechanism in them that if you miss one detailing, it's going to affect the whole process. So for Innocent to be able to manufacture a fire truck in his factory, in a way, this is a massive one, and it will go a long, long way. All of that has been said, let's take a look at the interesting part of this whole video. Let's take a look at the reason why this video was created in the first place.
Yes.
So we have 2 big mega news regarding Simon and the Biafran people. So let's start with the very first one. Assistance. The government of the USB are making strides, throwing out blueprints and formulating series of leads on how they will probably sue the government of Finland to the ICJ and other international courts.
Yes.
Well, for clarity, take a look at this article coming from Anazi or Abies that will give us more clarity and a better understanding of the case ahead. It states statement of illegal detention of 4 Biafran nationals without evidence for a period of 1 month by the Finnish KRP. The Finnish KRP has committed grave human rights violations against 4 Biafran nationals. These individuals were unlawfully detained despite the absence of any credible grounds for suspicion. They were arrested in the manner unbefitting any civilized law enforcement. Arrested with K9 dogs like criminals thrown into the back of a van, resulting in one of our citizens struggling to breathe. The KRP has lost its moral and institutional integrity. Its actions must now come under serious scrutiny. These arrests were carried out without evidence or legitimate probable cause. Worse still, the KRP reportedly misled the courts with false information in order to secure detention orders. An arrest made without just cause is not law enforcement. It is subduction. During their unjust incarceration, one of our nationals initiated a hunger strike in protest against the procedural irregularities and abuse. We also have credible report that threats were made against all Biafran delegates intending to attend the 2024 declaration of the restoration of BIAFRA Convention in Latin. According to a Finnish KRP officer, the convention venue would become a detention center, a blatant act of intimidation aimed at suppressing a peaceful gathering and obstructing justice. Notably, the very same evidence that allegedly justified the arrest was later deemed insufficient, and the case was dropped. Yet these Biafran citizens were held for 1 month under conditions akin to solitary confinement. And this is a full statement coming from Ngo Abui stating how these 4 individuals arrested alongside Simon were all treated when they were apprehended by the Finnish authorities. And as we speak, these guys are seeking justice. Yes, it feels like a lawsuit will be filed against the government of Finland and its investigative department who carried out this arrest because based out of this reportage coming from Rao, this form of arrest is meant for criminals who have committed grayest types of offenses. You can't arrest a man who is not in hiding and who did not commit any offense in this manner of arrest. And that is why Rai is making plans on placing a full reportage to the ICJ. We're moving on swiftly. Let's take a look at the second news coming from the country of Finland. As it stands, the Finnish judicial system are facing series of challenges regarding Simon's case. These guys don't even know how to deal with Simon and his case any longer. Well, showing right now on your screen are some challenges these individuals are facing. It's 6 in number, and we'll take them one after the other. The very first one is legal complexity, free speech, versus national security states. Finland's strong projections for freedom of expression under its constitution and EU law make it difficult to prosecute someone for speech-related offenses, even when inflammatory. Prosecutors must prove intent and direct coat-on between a class broadcast and actual act of violence in Nigeria. The court must balance Finland's legal standards with severity of alleged consequences abroad, which are not always easy to align. So, as you can see, the government of Finland, we need to get full alignment of the incident in Nigeria and how a man in Finland made a lot of incitement that created unrest in that region. So, it's difficult to ascertain under free speech, which is currently a big law in the EU. Yes. The second challenge these guys would face is what we call jurisdictional challenges. Simon's alleged crimes are occurring in Nigeria, but is being prosecuted in Finland for inciting violence and terrorism from abroad. Gathering admissible evidence from Nigeria, especially in a way that meets Finnish legal standard. It's difficult. Witness testimonies of Nigerian law enforcement corporation may face credibility, procedural or political hurdles. The third year is diplomatic pressure. The Nigerian government has demanded action against Simon, accusing him of failing separatist violence. However, Phelan must tread carefully to avoid appearing to act under foreign pressure, especially given non-extradition laws and human rights commitments. The case places strain on Finland-Nigerian diplomatic ties, particularly around issues of terrorism, diaspora activism, and legal sovereignty. The fourth year is media and public opinion. The case has drawn international attention and sparked polarized public debate both in Nigeria and among diaspora communities in Europe. Finnish authorities are under scrutiny from civil practice advocates who worry about criminalizing political expression. Meanwhile, Nigerians affected by violence allegedly linked to a task called demand accountability. The fifth issue here is precedent and legal standards. There's no exact precedent in Finnish law for trying a case like this incitement of foreign terrorism by a Duan national in exile. The outcome could set a precedent on how far Finland's legal reach extends in handling cases involving foreign political activism. And the sixth challenge here is security and public safety. Finnish police KRP have likely conducted cyber surveillance and monitoring to trace any local networks or funding streams. They must ensure that investigations remain fair, transparent, and safe, especially if any threats are made during the trial. So, as you can see, these guys are currently facing 6 big hurdles and challenges in Simon's case. Yes, these guys have a mountain to climb. They have a judicial mountain to climb because his case is new in the country. His case have never been seen in their judicial settings. And that is why they need to be very accurate in any form of trial. This is a massive one, and this will go a long way. Interestingly, Simon was asked about the BRGI, which is the Biafran Republic government in exile. They asked him some questions about this government. They asked him some questions regarding the system, the formation, and their full functions. And Simon gave the Finnish judiciary a clear and extensive response. In a video released yesterday, in the afternoon of yesterday, we went in depth to showcase his response and how he replied to the questions thrown his way. Simon gave them an intelligently presented responses that nobody was expecting to see at that particular time. Yes. And just in case you want to watch that video and get full updates for yourself, we made a video yesterday to cover up news articles coming from all part of the world, and also regarding the case of the BRGI and how Simon responded.